Greetings everyone. Well, today I thought we'd take a look at a deluxe DVD set that I've proudly had in my collection for quite a while. This set just blew me away when I saw it, when it first came out. I was like, first off, great! All the movies in the series in one collection. And then I actually dug into the extras and saw what all was included. I was like, holy crap, this should be the standard by which all deluxe sets of movie franchises are judged, because they really did it right. I am, of course, talking about the Alien Quadrilogy 9-disc set. 9 discs. I don't know very many movie sets that have that many discs in them. 9! That's crazy! And it's awesome. And that's what we're going to talk about today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, well, let's not waste any time. Let's take a look at the innards, and then I'll talk about what exactly makes this set so awesome. The Alien Quadrilogy. This is, of course, a DVD set. As of yet, this set is not available on Blu-ray, although there have been rumors persisting for a while. The latest news I heard was that it's likely going to come out on Blu-ray around the same time as the Alien prequel that's currently in the works, under the helm of Ridley Scott. Okay, let's take a look. Well, first off, it's all beautiful, yeah, bit of a fingerprint magnet. This is why I prefer matte finish. You can kind of see a bit of the shine. There's sort of a metallic sheen to the logo and the design there. It's hard to pick up on camera, but there we go. You get a little bit of the rainbow effect there, so it's pretty cool. And it has this nice sort of metallic green sheen to it. So there's the spine. So this, of course, has all 4 Alien movies. And actually, I'll tell you right away, one of the things that makes this really cool is every single one of the movies has 2 versions. The original theatrical version and either an extended or director's cut version. So that's pretty cool. And then here, you basically have disc by disc breakdown on the back, so you can see what all is on there. That's great stuff. And then there's the other thing, which is exactly the same as the other spine. The only difference is it doesn't have that shiny look to it. So, but otherwise, exactly the same. All right, so let's slide it open here. Now it slides out like that. We'll just set the box aside here. And you can see you get some nice pictures of some of the characters there. And then some pictures there. Now, the best way I can think of to describe this is the roadmap of doom. You know how a lot of DVD sets like this will unfold? Okay, well, here. I need to pull the camera back. Let me see if I can give you some idea of just how this unfolds. Okay, here we go. So, first things first, open it up like that. It's beautiful artwork throughout. Like, you got all the major characters in the entire series are represented here. Like, here you got Newt, and you got Winona Ryder, and then you got Sigourney Weaver there. Okay, now, first off, we'll do this side. So we're going to slide this way over here, and check this out. Okay. Okay. Look, I can't even fit it all on the screen. Well, look, that's one half of it. So that's discs 1 through 5. Okay. I can't even show you the whole thing at once. I don't have, like, I'd have to lay it in the entire hall. And hang on, it keeps going. And there we go. Okay, that's the end. So then the last slot has the booklet in it. So we're just gonna take the booklet out for a moment. So there you go. And then each like panel has artwork on it as well. So there's like they don't skimp on the artwork here at all. It's fantastic. Okay, so set that aside. Let's go back to the chair. Oh, but yeah, seriously, like Roadmap of Doom. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen a set that unfolds quite like that. Now, if they were going to redo this set today, it would probably be like filled with slim cases or something. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool. And if you have the floor space for it, lay the whole thing out just because you can. Enjoy it, and then just like roll around in it. Wrap yourself up in it. You could like wear it as a scarf. The Alien Quadrilogy book. Here we go. So, here's what all is on it. Now, every movie has its own sort of description and has its own disc. So every movie has 2 discs. So the first 8 discs are the 4 movies with their corresponding extras disc. The 9th disc is extras that are exclusive to this set. Now you can get the 2-disc editions of the movies separately. So if you just want the movies with the basic extras, then you can get those. You know, I think they're fairly cheap. But that said, I mean, the Quadrilogy set goes fairly cheap now too. I mean, I think I originally paid about $60 for it. When it originally came out, it was closer to $100. Now I see it going for about, you know, 30 or 40 sometimes. So you can definitely get a good deal on it. Yeah, so with Alien, you have the original theatrical cut and the director's cut, which contains some additional material. Aliens, of course, you have the original theatrical cut and the special edition version, which is the extended version. With the first Alien, I actually prefer the theatrical cut, just because I think, you know, maybe because it's the one I've been familiar with for so long, it's kind of special to me. As far as Aliens goes, I actually prefer the special edition with the additional footage, because I think the additional footage in that really serves to expand the story. I mean, there's a couple action sequences in there that aren't really integral to the story, but they're fun. And there's some other things, in particular with regards to Ripley and her past and you know, some of the things that she's lost as a result of being in hypersleep for so long, is great. And I think it really adds a lot to the story. It's just, I think, a vastly superior version. Then we have Alien 3. Alien 3. You'll see in a future episode of Multimedia Chronicles Retro a video where Jason and I, yes, the actual Jason from the videos, is going to be in one of them. You'll see footage of him at some point. We go to one of the local malls, and this is when Alien 3 was actually playing. Or sorry, Alien Cubed. Why they did that, I don't know. But anyway, where Alien 3 was playing, and and I look at the poster and basically just give it thumbs down and say, yeah, it sucked. Now here's the thing, I didn't really care for Alien 3 in the theater. Now this set has an Alien 3 special edition. The special edition of Alien 3 actually reincorporates about 30 minutes of additional footage and some alternate footage as well. Like for example, the alien in it, instead of being birthed from a dog, is actually birthed from a cow carcass, which is kind of interesting. I kind of like the idea of it being birthed from a dog better than being birthed from a cow. But other than that one minor quibble, I think the special edition version actually is a vastly superior cut. I still don't like Alien 3 as a continuation of Aliens. I think it is a very illogical continuation of the Alien saga. But as a standalone sci-fi horror film, the special edition version specifically, I don't think it's that bad. You know, I think it's a lot more watchable than the theatrical version. And then finally we have Alien Resurrection, which, for those of you who don't know, was directed by the same guy who did Amelie. Crazy, eh? And some of his standard actors that he works with are in it as well. In addition to the theatrical cut, there's also a special edition version of Alien Resurrection. Now, in this case, they really did a lot of work on it to make it. Now, in the case of the Alien 3 version, a lot of the footage is kind of rough and has like studio audio rather than the cleaned up production audio that you would normally hear in a film. With Alien Resurrection, they actually went all out and did like a proper restoration and such, and actually went and completed certain effect sequences and such to make it as complete a cut as possible. And it works quite well, actually. I think, again, the Alien Resurrection I liked a lot better than Alien 3, but not as much as the first two. I like the first two about equally, in case you guys are wondering. I like the first one just as a claustrophobic horror movie, haunted house in space essentially, which I think is great. And the second one is just a wonderful science fiction story with some great edge-of-your-seat action and adventure. I like Aliens for much the same reason that I like James Cameron's other big sci-fi franchise, Terminator, specifically. Well, I like the first two Terminators the best. I didn't mind the third one, and I actually liked the Sarah Connor Chronicles as well. I've not seen Salvation at this point. But in the same way that I felt that Terminator 2 was pretty much the perfect science fiction action movie, I feel the same way about Aliens. I love both of those. So I love both the first two Alien movies, just for different reasons. The third one, I like the special edition, but I don't like it as a continuation of the story. Alien Resurrection. Alien Resurrection I didn't actually mind too much in the theater. I thought it kind of fell apart once Winona Ryder revealed she was an android. Yeah, honestly, up to that point, it was actually pretty decent. I also took exception to the fact that in the original theatrical release, they did not credit H.R. Giger as being the creator of the alien design. That kind of sucked. Quite frankly, I thought they should have had him working on the film to do some of the, failed Ripley clone creatures. I think he would have come up with far more interesting and nightmarish creatures than what they have in the film. There's some great actors in this, and the look of the film is really good, but it just doesn't work as well, which I think is why they're going back and doing a reboot. And we won't even touch on Alien vs. Predator. So anyway, the special edition, I'm not sure how much it reincorporates. It doesn't actually mention, but it does have more stuff in it, and it's actually a pretty decent alternate cut. Now, as far as extras go, every single movie has a fairly extensive featurette, about a 20-30 minute featurette about the making of each film. Each one also has introductions by the directors for both the theatrical and special edition versions, except for Alien 3. I don't think David Fincher really wants to have anything to do with it ever again. And after watching the making of featurettes, I'm not surprised. So yeah, in total, I think each movie has at least an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of featurettes and extra material here. Honestly, it would take far too long for me to go through everything, but suffice it to say, there's a lot. Now, most importantly, what's on disc 9? What's on disc 9 that makes it worth picking up this set for? Well, I'll go through the contents of disc 9 because that's stuff you may not be overly familiar with. You got a Dark Horse cover gallery. So Dark Horse did a lot of Aliens comics, so you get a cover gallery of those. You got Aliens in the Basement, which is a featurette with Bob Burns. That's about 17 minutes. You got an Alien Evolution documentary, 64 minutes and 21 seconds, all about the making of the first Alien. Experience in Terror, a 1979 promotional featurette. A Ridley Scott Q&A, special edition Laserdisc archive. Now, I have to pause here and talk about this for a second. Back in the early 90s, there were special edition Laserdiscs put out of the first two Alien movies. I had the one of Aliens. It was actually the first time I'd ever seen the extended cut, and to my knowledge, the first time the extended cut was available. So I treasured that thing for a long time. Now, in addition to the movie, they had extensive behind-the-scenes information, making full use of Laserdisc step frame technology, so you could actually, it would play out much as text on the screen that you would read. So it was like a video book. But a video book, and you'd step frame through the pages, right? But a video book with audio clips and video clips spread throughout. So you'd be reading through the segment, and then you get a clip showing, some actual production, like on-set footage of them working on this, that, or the other thing, whatever they were talking about in that part of the presentation. It was huge. It would literally take you several days to go through everything. This was very much a forerunner of DVD extras, and this was as deluxe as it got back in the day. So you get essentially a video book with audio and video and still frames also, that you get photos, like on-set photos and all kinds of things. Now, I never had the first Alien special edition. A friend of mine in university had actually lent it to me to check out, and I spent like a few days going through it and checking out the extras, and I was just blown away by it and really wanted to get it, but I just never got around to it. So I was absolutely overjoyed, and this is one of the things that sold me on the set when I heard that all of those extras had been recreated for the Alien Quadrilogy set. So this has, when it says Special Edition Laserdisc Archive, I just want you to fully understand what that means, because a lot of people don't know what that is, and they just kind of pass by it. That is the complete extras package from that special edition Laserdisc back in the day. The special edition Laserdiscs of Alien and Aliens went for about $150. In one of the Multimedia Chronicles Retro episodes, you'll hear me talking about the Aliens set. I may actually show it as well, and how much I paid for it. But yeah, it was like $150. And that was not uncommon for a big deluxe set like that on Laserdisc. So you're getting all this new stuff, plus the extras from these old $150 Laserdisc sets, all in one package. That is a hell of a good deal. So it doesn't stop there. So that's just for Alien. Then you got the teaser trailer, and the regular trailer, and a couple TV spots. And then for Aliens, again, you have the special edition Laserdisc archive. This is what I used to have. You got the trailer and teaser trailer, domestic and international trailer, TV spot. Alien 3, you got an advanced featurette, 5 theatrical trailers, 7 TV spots. Alien Resurrection, you got a theatrical teaser, 2 trailers, and 4 TV spots. So really, Alien and Aliens are the ones that get the real deluxe treatment on Disc 9. But totally worth it. I mean, those Laserdisc archives are just invaluable. I mean, yeah, it might be kind of weird to be reading a video book on screen, but you kind of get into the groove, and you just get sucked up by the information, because it's really fascinating, thorough stuff. I mean, it goes right from concept all the way through every phase of production to finished product and, like, critical response. So it goes from concept to critical response of the film. Like, it is so frickin' thorough. It's crazy. It's far more thorough than what you get on most DVD releases now. So, there you go. The Alien Quadrilogy collection. If you are a fan of the Alien series, you really owe it to yourself to have this in your collection. Now, as I say, there is talk of a Blu-ray release, essentially duplicating this, but on Blu-ray. But it's completely up in the air right now. I mean, at the very earliest we would see that would be around the time that the prequel is released. And the prequel, I think, is just barely into pre-production last I heard. So, yeah. If you're wondering, yes, I'm looking forward to the prequel. I was very happy to hear that Ridley Scott will be involved. So I'm not too concerned with that one, because it's basically just him returning to the franchise that he essentially created back in the day with H.R. Giger. I hope they get Giger involved too. That would be great if they get the two of them together again, because, man, great stuff. Well, I guess that about covers it. Pick it up. I'm sure you can find a deal on it somewhere. And there's a lot of viewing in there. I mean, the movies themselves are entertaining. Even the bad ones are a lot better than a lot of the crap you see nowadays. You know, they're not completely irredeemable. They do have some good parts in them and are worth seeing at least once. I recommend the special edition versions of the last two over the theatrical versions. I think they are the superior cuts. I don't know what more I can say about it. Awesome set. Get it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Until then, sayonara.